Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody here for tuning in with me. I see we have a variety of different live listeners on this evening's broadcast, and I definitely want to thank them for tuning in with me. I know I sound a little tongue-tied because this is the episode number 148, and last broadcast, which was episode number 147, I have to say, folks, I listened to it, and I sounded like a complete, obnoxious, Spicoli-like pothead, for heaven's sake. And let me tell you, I listened to the whole entire broadcast, folks, and to the True Conservative listeners that bombarded my email asking me, what exactly was I supposed to prove with the marijuana experiment and that sort of thing. What I was trying to prove is the absolute metamorphosis in one's personality, in one's thinking, when they're under the influence of this tetrahydrocannabinol, under the influence of this marijuana garbage that they're trying to, well, not trying, they already legalized it in liberal California. I mean, they're passing it out as medicine, under the disguise of medicine, for heaven's sake. And for those of you that did not or were not able to participate in the live broadcast at number 147, I strongly advise you to go to the archive and just listen to the entire show yourself so that you can understand. 1 hour, I was just completely fired up. I was talking for the conservative movement. You heard the passion, you heard the fury that you usually hear from Ghost here on the True Conservative Radio program. And then, when I was subjected to this tetrahydrocannabinol, when I was subjected to this marijuana, pot, reefer, whatever in the blue hell you wanted to call it, I mean, good God, I sounded like a damn dopehead. I sounded like some completely obnoxious jerk-ass that had no regard not only for his own self, but his own dignity, for heaven's sake. It is just ridiculous, and I cannot believe that individuals are out here trying, not trying, they already have this garbage legal. I mean, this is a substance that is being passed out for medicinal purposes, for heaven's sake. And you see, this is why I am strongly advising people that are, entertaining the idea of puffing the freaking magic dragon to tune in to number 147 and listen to the absolute metamorphosis and personality that yours truly transitioned into. And let me tell you, I'm still not right from that. I mean, the next day, I decided to get up in the morning, and I was a little thick-headed, I was thick-headed the whole entire day, and I've had this faint headache ever since I started puffing on that stupid, ridiculous horse crap. And like I said, folks, I mean, I don't even know why I consumed in the malarkey. I mean, when I looked at this crap, it looked like it was shoved up some Mexican's ass just to get smuggled into this country. Why I decided to, put this in the pipe and smoke it, I have no idea. But once again, folks, before I get into the crux of the subject matters this evening, I just wanted to say to the True Conservative listeners, I'm sorry. I'm sincerely sorry for subjecting myself and basically just completely going off the deep end in last evening's program. And my sincerest apologies are for you. But remember, folks, it does not mean that I am embracing this medicinal purposes for marijuana. I'm not going to start going out down the street looking for my local ethnic minority to try to score a 20 bag of this crap. I will not do it, and I strongly advise everybody not to do it. All right, I strongly advise you to call your damn local congressman and tell them not to legalize this crap. I mean, just imagine, we're already complacent politically. We're already complacent socially, economically. And just imagine if we were all doped up on this crap. Just imagine if we were all bombed out of our minds on this marijuana malarkey. We would all be sitting on our thumbs, not doing a damn thing, saying, oh, yeah, it's great, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is just so great. It's ridiculous. Sorry once again to the true conservative listeners that had to bear witness number 147. I'm very sorry. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, folks, I'm going to go ahead and talk about some political subject matters that we've neglected because we dedicated a show to that ridiculous marijuana malarkey. And we're going to get into those political subject matters right now. Now, the first thing I want to go off about, since most of the American public are a bunch of star fetish, circle jerk nimrods, I wanted to bring up to the, the ideas of folks that are out here that are so star fetish, that want to hear what the latest star is, tweeting on their little stupid Twitter boxes, and, hear what, is coming out of the next star's ass crack and all this other garbage. Angelina Jolie. Oh, yeah, I'm sure everybody in here is like, oh, yeah, Angelina Jolie. Oh, here we go. Angelina Jolie, the Miss Liberal Elitist Hollywood star, is now come public saying that she's a little disappointed in Obama. Oh, isn't that right, folks? Is that, now that it has officially come out of the mouth of the, poster child of Hollywood liberal elitism, do you think that now you dumbass liberal long hairs will finally fess up that all that, yes we can, baby, yes we can, and change and all that crap, I mean, can you just shove it down a museum of antiquity, for heaven's sake? All right, I mean, can you just shove it down a garbage hole somewhere, because you've already been made a fool. But we're going to get into that in just a second. But I want to talk about Angelina Jolie's criticism about the American president. Angelina Jolie actually had the audacity to criticize our president and say that our president is more concerned about, and this is according to Us Weekly, by the way. I'm just going to put out the source out there for all you ass clowns that want to look it up for yourselves. She said that our president is involving himself with too much domestic politics. Oh, isn't that a shame? An American president, focusing too much on American politics. And I disagree with her, of course, but this is, out of the horse's mouth, or whore's mouth, or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, this broad goes on and says that Barack Obama has not done enough for the situation in Sudan. That's why she's all butthurt and got her garter belt up her anal passage because, let me tell you, you're not doing enough for the people in Sudan, Obama. You're not doing enough for the people in Sudan, and that is basically where I've made my bread and butter when it comes to giving myself political legitimacy amidst all my ridiculous recklessness as a Hollywood starlet. But you're not doing enough for it. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Angelina Jolie, you stupid, dumb bimbo. What you need to do is just shut your stupid, stinking pie hole, and you need to stick to, smiling your stupid face into the camera and getting hard legs into the movie seats. That's what you need to worry about. Don't go out here and try to say, oh, yes, I'm Miss Humanitarian. And I find it funny that she's always pictured with a bunch of natives in Africa somewhere, huh? Natives in Africa, and she's pictured with them, and now she's Miss Humanitarian of the Year, for heaven's sake. Let me tell you something, Angelina Jolie. You are a dumb, idiot bimbo that has no right to sit here and try to, thumb your nose at anybody, all right? You are a Hollywood gluttonous piece of materialistic crap. Every time you go to these award shows, you go in with these extravagant garments that were made by who in the hell knows. All right? You go in with the nice fancy jewels, and, of course, you've got Brad Pitt. And let me tell you something, Jolie, I don't know how you got Brad Pitt, but you've got him looking like a damn schoolboy. You got him looking like some pussy-whipped ass clown. You have him looking like the idiot that's in the malls right now. If you happen to be doing Christmas shopping, you got him looking like the idiot in the mall that's holding the wife's purse, sitting there in the middle of the mall like a jagoff. That's what you've got him doing, and I don't know how you did it. But let me tell you something, Jolie. You need to stick to your own little Hollywood lifestyle, all right? And Hollywood, whatever you want to call yourself, and just stick to that. And don't sit here trying to criticize. Don't get yourself political, you stupid bimbo. Stupid, dumb skank. Let me tell you something. We all remember Billy Bob Thornton, you stupid bitch. All right? We all remember Billy Bob Thornton. I know that liberal Hollywood has tried to bury that, old liaison, all right? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're not going to talk about Billy Bob Thornton anymore. Well, we're going to talk about her being the ultimate starlet, and she's just so beautiful, and we just melt in her elegance. And, oh, my God, look, it's Brad Pitt here. I mean, give me a break. We all remember Billy Bob Thornton, all right? Whatever happened to that? I mean, you never really sat down and gave your fans a true explanation on why you went with Mr. Woodcock, with all due respect. And for all you Billy Bob Thornton fans out there, not to say that I'm not a Billy Bob Thornton fan, but, with all due respect, Mr. Billy Bob Thornton, you're an old man, you're an old prostate-infected, wrinkled, bald bastard. You had no business banging some broad like this. I mean, I guess kudos to you for whatever you did to get this broad into the sack. But with all due respect, this broad needs to fess up and answer a couple of questions on why she completely demeaned herself. I remember watching the Oscars red carpet garbage because the wife had it on the boob tube, for heaven's sake, and this bimbo came out of a damn limo with Billy Bob Thornton, and Billy Bob Thornton came out and said, "Yeah, we just banged in the car. Yeah, we just banged in the car, for heaven's sake." And this bimbo was like, "Oh, yeah, it's so great, yeah." And how Brad Pitt is getting sloppy seconds of or Billy Bob Thornton's 12ths is beyond me. All right, I don't understand how Brad Pitt, this man is the most sexiest man alive, right? He's supposed to be, the guy with the 15.5-inch Johnson between his legs. How this guy can go and get Billy Bob Thornton's 12ths, I have no idea. But the reason I'm talking so much malarkey against Jolie is because she needs to shut her freaking pie hole and get herself behind the camera where she belongs instead of flapping her yapper about politics. All right? I hate these stupid, dumbass little Hollywood idiots, these leftist dumbasses, these Karl Marx worshiping pieces of garbage who sit here and tout these socialist ideas behind the Hollywood facade when they're touting it behind million-dollar mansions. Oh, yeah, million-dollar mansions out here, for heaven's sake. Get the hell out of here. You're a hypocrite just like all the other socialists that are out here touting this malarkey. 646-652-4869. I'm sick and tired of hearing Hollywood pieces of leftist crap trying to sit here and pass themselves off as such pious people when they're, sitting here. Every time they're at a Hollywood event, some sort of award show, you got a damn camera in their face with a microphone up their damn, pie hole there, and they're asking them who they're wearing, huh? Who they're wearing. Piece of crap, Jolie. We remember Billy Bob Thornton. And you should be ashamed, Brad Pitt, you dumbass clown. 765, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, it's Sean.
Hey, how's it going, Sean?
Oh, good. How are you, Ghost?
Not bad. It's good to hear from you. I'm sorry to, go off on a gossipy type of situation with Angelina Jolie here, but you have to remember, Sean, that this is the American public. These people are dumb morons. This is the same public that bought the pet rock and that are out here, voting in idiots like Adam Lambert from American Idol into big-time multi-million-dollar platinum-selling recording artists. You have to integrate, some of these star fetish type subject matters with politics so these morons can absorb and actually get some sparks in their brains, for heaven's sake. So, anyway, what's going on with you, Sean? Sorry.
Oh, not too much, Ghost. I've been listening to your show for about 2 months now, maybe a little longer.
I really appreciate it, by the way.
I've been in your chat room most of the time, listening to these people, and it's just amazing how the American public just does not care. They could care less. They
don't care.
They could care less about anything that's going on in the world, about our president, about what he's trying to do. It's all jokes to them.
It's a joke, not only in the chat room, but when I'm talking about serious subject matters, like in 147, I didn't begin the whole damn topic on that stupid 420 crap. But what I began the topic on was the attempted globalization that's still going on out here at Copenhagen, the COP15 Global Warming Summit. And if you listen to the beginning of the program, I attempted to facilitate legitimate discourse on that subject matter, and you had nothing but a bunch of MTV hypnotized jerkasses calling up and doing prank calls thinking they're winning brownie points with some cyber woman across the internet. Go ahead.
As conservatives, we have to get involved. And the people that are polluting your chat room, for the most part, I mean, there are some people in there that are actually listening to you, but some of them just want to cause trouble. And we have to know that our president and our Congress is out to push higher taxes or out to gain more power, because absolute power corrupts absolutely.
I completely agree with that statement. And what's really unfortunate, Sean, is that you can. And I've been here for 3 years. I've been here for a good amount of time, and I try to amplify as many views as I possibly can, not only on this avenue, but in the blog at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. I try to go everywhere I can to chat rooms and forums, and these idiots are just completely absent-minded. And, when I did that experiment about subjecting myself to marijuana, and just listen to myself the next day, just transition and metamorphose, go into a complete metamorphosis when it comes to my personality. It kind of makes a lot of sense why our people, American people, are being so complacent when approaching their political duty as a government that was made for the people and by the people.
Well, talking about your marijuana experience, I did want to talk about that for a minute, if you would allow me.
Go for it.
Back in high school, I got caught up in the wrong crowd, and for about 3 years, I was smoking marijuana, selling it. Everything you could think of, it was marijuana all the time, and I thought it was making my life great.
Unbelievable. But hey, you know what? We're human, Sean, and you see, the difference between you and all these other ass clowns out here is that you understand the true concept of individualism. And instead of, passing the ball off on somebody else, I'm sure that you took the initiative and said, look, I have a problem, and I'm going to stop it, and go ahead and go on. I don't even want to tell your story. I don't even know your story, but I'm just speculating.
I got passed through 10th grade and 11th grade without even any questions. I actually should have failed, but I was passed through because of our liberal school system. And it wasn't until my senior year when my older cousin came to me and said, you have to fix your life, or you're not going to make anything out of yourself. You're going to be laying on your bed, you're going to be laying on the couch, and you're going to do nothing with your life. And it was then when it clicked to me that life is more than just sitting here and smoking weed all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And especially if it's going to make you as obnoxious as it made me in the last program.
Yeah, and I would seclude myself from my family and my friends. I wouldn't want to be around anybody a lot of the time. and it would make me depressed. Luckily, I had that person in my life to make me realize that there was more out there. So, I went to college. I made something of myself. I have a good job today, and that's all behind me. And I can say that, I pushed myself through that point in my life, and I actually made something of myself.
Well, it's good to hear that, Sean. And let me tell you, your story, hopefully it inspires a couple of other these mindless numbskulls that are out here puffing the magic dragon and listening to 50 Cent or, whoever's the latest fruity-ass rock star on, this obvious liberal and feminist MTV and entertainment and Hollywood industry. It's good to know that there's individuals and young people like yourself that are out here not just saying, hey, let me just go ahead and adapt to this new philosophy. If it feels good, do it. Instead, you're trying to take the initiative of not only for your own, obviously you're not only taking the initiative for your own life, but you're understanding that what happens to everyone in this country and how they interpret their government, their economic system, and their social systems affects you. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I've read your blog. I know you've got a blog out there, and you're doing what you're doing. I think everyone in this country has an obligation to do something about what is happening. It's a systematic takeover by these leftist, feminist, Karl Marx worshiping pieces of philosophical crap, and it needs to stop, and it needs to stop as soon as possible. And I thank you and every other conservative that's out there trying to spread the word about this malarkey.
Exactly. One more thing, Ghost, before I let you go on. I'm sorry to take up too much of your time.
Go right ahead.
I am. What we have to start is at the grade school and middle school level of education, where these kids are being taught sex, and they're being taught about what makes you feel good. That is not made for the school. The schools and the government should not be teaching this stuff. It is meant for the home, and I do not want a government bureaucrat, if I ever have a child, teaching my son or daughter about, let's say, fisting. It's a disgrace to the school system, and how any parent out there, would conceive this to be something that's educational is beyond. It's totally beyond recognition. I don't understand it, Ghost.
I don't understand it either. But these people, they want to talk about masturbation to kindergartners out here. This is the liberal mindset. These idiots want oral copulation between two men across the street from an elementary school, and they want it protected by the First Amendment. And us as conservatives who have moral ethos, and you see, this is what's unfortunate about conservatives. We've been so stricken as if we want to change the world, as if we want to change America into something that looks like the Bible. That is nothing of the sort. We are true conservative Republicans, not like the Republicans that are in here now that are nothing but rhinos and have bowed down to liberal ideology. We are true conservative Republicans as it was intended, as our forefathers intended, that want to stand up for our rights accorded to us by the Constitution that was accorded to, those rights were accorded to no man prior to that document. No man whatsoever. And anybody who wants to argue that the Magna Carta was something similar to the Constitution, the Magna Carta accorded those rights to the nobility, you ass clowns, not to all men.
Exactly. And let's look back in our history when this country was actually founded and what was being taught in the schools. It was the Bible that was being taught in the schools, not for a religious purpose, but for an ethical purpose.
Absolutely, but you know what? These idiots will try to use that as fuel to the fire to justify their ultra-secularism. And what I mean by ultra-secularism, I think everybody should look up, militant atheism. I think everybody should look up what feminism truly is. These types of ideologies, this is what's warping our whole conception of perception. And what we need to understand is we need to, counteract these ideas. And I even tell the liberals that even their own secularist philosophers say that They need that a society, a civilization should put emphasis on moral ethos. I mean, you know, Aristotle said it, Plato said it, and these idiots, they don't want to talk about it. You know, they talk about the institution of science being the end-all authority of everything. Well, the institution of science was based upon an investigation into spirituality, you idiots. Descartes created the scientific method in hopes of trying to get closer to God. Newton developed his whole mathematical process by trying to get himself closer to spirituality. So it gets me, it makes me sick to hear these secularists try to deny, all this spiritual connections to their philosophy, but all they want to do is they want to sit here and turn us into a bunch of deviants. I mean, who the hell knows what they really want?
Exactly, Ghost. And you mentioned Aristotle and Plato. Read Plato. Anybody out there listening, read Plato's Republic and read about how he talks about democracy, true democracy, and how it leads to socialism and communism.
Absolutely, and we're not living in a democracy. We've just, all of a sudden, we've accepted this democracy idea. We are a constitutional republic being taken over by democracy.
Exactly, and our leaders want to make us think that it's a democracy.
Absolutely.
So it can transfer to a socialistic republic or a communistic republic. It's sick, Ghost.
It really is sick. I feel bad for this country, and let me tell you, don't think that I am possibly making some kind of way out of this country if everything hits the fan. I mean, Gary, you better well know that I am going to go on a plane somewhere where there's free markets and there's ability for investors and investment to reap rewards on certain investments instead of being taxed to death and instead of having their liberties robbed. I'm going to go somewhere where there's prosperity, where there's jobs, where there's economic exchange of goods and services, because America is going to turn into a technocratic third world nation, and these idiots don't care because they're puffing the magic dragon and playing with their pecker shafts doing it.
I couldn't say it any better, Ghost.
Well, I thank you very much, Sean. Tell everybody your blog, so just in case they want to, go read up on it.
That's truth and thought, all one word, truth and thought, .webs, WEBS.com.
Well, thank you very much, Sean. We appreciate the commentary, and call in anytime, man.
Thank you, Ghost.
No problem. When I take calls like that, folks, it's refreshing to hear. It's refreshing to hear that there's young people that are not out here puffing the magic dragon and are watching Kanye West, get up on a stage and take a microphone from a 17-year-old girl and say, "No, man, my homie's girlfriend deserves the award, baby," when he's all blitzed out of his mind on cognac that he would have never ever have been able to drink had there not been morons buying this idiot's album. But it's good to hear that young people are out here. Not only young people like Sean, which is a young conservative, which is his name here, but young individualistic conservative Americans like Hannah Giles and James O'Keefe, who exposed this whole acorn criminality. I mean, we need more young people like you. I mean, if you're listening to me, folks, this is your call. You are living history at this point in time. It is your time, young people. Get up off your fat jelly asses. Turn off the boob tube. Turn off the boob tube. Put the joint down. Put the freaking pipe down. And go out there and make history. Go out there and say, hey, we're not a bunch of hypnotized, dumbass, ass-tickling idiots. We want to go out there and participate in the free market. We don't want to be sold out by our parents. We don't want to be serfs to somebody else's debt. We want to be an American citizen accorded the American rights that every other American citizen was accorded. So give me a break. 646-652-4869. We're going to take some more callers here. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about Obama and the Nobel Peace Acceptance Prize. And let me tell you, there's some joy I can take from that. We're going to talk about it in a minute here. 714, you're on the air.
Hi, my name's Doug, and I would like to say that I go to school every day, and I sit next to a gay person, and I really
yeah,
don't
well,
know
you know what? You sound a little gay yourself, you little fruity-ass bastard, all right? Why don't you go to the next show? I don't know who's on right now, but, go look for somebody that sounds as fruity as you are, because, first of all, you don't sound confident enough to try to make a prank call, nor do you have the cojones to spit out an actual full sentence, you sentence fragment spitting fruity ass. Give me a break. 509, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost. How you doing tonight?
How's it going?
Going pretty good. I've been listening to your show for a little while, and I tend to agree with what you say. Even if I don't, I can at least respect your views on a lot of things.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, about the crank callers really are irritating. It's annoying, because people want to discuss the issues, and I think it's important that we do discuss the issues.
Of course. That's why we have avenues like this. I think we should take advantage of them. And, of course, I'm doing it. Unfortunately, people are taking advantage of it to win brownie points with their little stupid cyber social circles. But go ahead.
Yeah, tell me about it. But I thought I should say on behalf of the folks who do listen in and do enjoy discussing this kind of thing, we're gonna keep with you, man. We're never gonna give you up. We're never going to let you down, and we like listening to you. We're never going to run around and desert you.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that, sir. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I've been kind of skeptic on continuing to do the show, given the fact that, we've got all these prank callers in here bombarding the show with, and it's not even good prank calls, for heaven's sake. It's these, dumbass, 2 or 3 liners. It doesn't make anybody laugh except the jerk-offs that are listening around the circle with the idiot that did it, and it's a joke. When we have serious subject matters that we all need to discuss, even if you are a stupid, dumbass, snot-nosed, pimple-faced, nose-ring-having teenager. I mean, these, political issues affect them, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I thank you for calling, sir. You have a blog or something you want to plug?
No, but I'd just like to say, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around.
Give me a break, you stupid fruity ass. All right, give me a break. Anyway, let's take another caller here. We just hung that bastard up. Let's take 619 here. 619, you there? Hold on. 619, you there?
Hello, Ghost.
How's it going?
It's going good. I was listening to your show, and you seem to, have this ultimate prosperity idea for America, and I respect that, I do. But the prosperity, it needs to go both ways as well. These people that you talk about, smoking marijuana and all that, you yourself experimented with it. That was something that you did, but people that do it on their own, they're automatically scum?
Well, no. What I'm saying is that most of the individuals who participate in the activity of marijuana consuming, these individuals do it on a consistent basis where it affects their lives and it affects their productivity as a human being that needs to make a contribution to society. Instead of actually going out and taking the initiative and being politically active, economically active, and socially active, most of these idiots go out, they puff the magic dragon, they eat a couple of TV dinners, and they go to sleep. I mean, they don't want to do anything else. And any means by getting that same routine accomplished, whether it's, going out and trying to apply for a whole bunch of government entitlements or having the government take control of the economic system altogether, these stupid, dumb potheads and all these other liberal long hairs that just want to kick back and do all this ridiculous malarkey, these idiots have no common sense in understanding that the free market system and this constitutional republic was the greatest social experiment on the face of the planet, and the reason that we've lost it is because of you mindless morons.
Oh, I'm not a pothead, sir.
Potheads, excuse me.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
Sorry.
And I know. I'm trying to respect you.
I'm just a little upset here. Our country's going down the tubes, and everybody's just, saying yippee-ki-yay, cow patty.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, and I respect that. I do. And another thing, you said the government was being taken over by democracy. Would you care to elaborate on that? Because I don't I think democracy is the best thing that ever happened. I mean, you're doing this. You have the freedom of speech because of democracy. I mean,
no, absolutely not. I have the freedom of speech because of the constitutional republic that was established in 1776 that accorded the right of freedom of speech to all men that were in this sovereign nation called the United States of America. All right, that wasn't democracy that took place. It was a constitutional republic. Democracy, in Greek phonetics, if you break it down to the origin of what democracy means, demo means mob, ocracy means rule. I'm sorry?
It actually literally translates to the people, sir, not mob.
No, absolutely not. It means mob rule. And you see, this is what's really unfortunate about the country today. Literally 51% of the population can literally rule over 49% of the population, and that's what the constitutional republic was meant to prohibit. And it was meant to prohibit this because, let me tell you, these rights should never be infringed upon, especially on this sovereign nation of America. And for anyone, whether it's an international consortium or some ideologue that has infiltrated the bureaucratic system from within, anyone who jeopardizes the integrity of the Constitution, in my opinion, needs to be compromised and contradicted as soon as possible.
Well, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from here, and I don't mean any disrespect, sir.
Don't worry about it. Hey, you know what? This is the question that needs to be asked, because individuals believe that democracy, which in essence means mob rule. Now, we have a democratic way of electing leaders. Now, what does that mean? That means we go to the polls and we elect our leaders. You know, our leaders aren't, taking power through, military juntas or, some kind of guerrilla army force. All right? I mean, now, what we had as a constitutional republic allowed the American public to control the government. Now, because most of the American public are so desolate and idiotic, and they put themselves in debts they can't pay for and have children they can't afford, they are submitting, because of their own materialistic needs and their own materialistic wants, they are submitting to the government ruling them so that they can fulfill these ridiculous, dumbass, materialistic needs.
Well, the main thing that I was gonna bring up, I heard you say it earlier, the Kanye West and all that, people buying his albums, and I don't see. All right, you said the economy is the greatest experiment ever. Okay, that makes sense, but at the same time, in order to keep the economy going, people buy things, and if they didn't buy his albums, he wouldn't be rich, but also the money that he brought in wouldn't be spent.
Okay, and that's a good point. And stay on the line there, son, but, you see, that's your MTV mind going haywire. You're trying to sit here and say, Kanye West is bringing economy to America, and, we should be praising him because he's selling records. No, absolutely not. What he is doing is, he, amongst a whole bunch of other hip-hop and rap little moguls out there, are exploiting the strife of ethnic minorities in an attempt to basically go out and exploit this strife that they've never actually participated in themselves. And not to mention that none of this music or the CDs or any of the other, actual hardware related to the intellectual property in question actually is manufactured here in America to begin with. So, what I'm saying, if you want true economy, is you need to realize what the means of production, the modes of production. You need to understand what those things are, and you need to understand what the gross domestic product is, and you need to understand that America doesn't produce anything anymore. And at the same time, we are a service industry-oriented economy. So that means the reason that nobody has any kind of money out here in America is because there's no jobs in America. And why is there no jobs in America? Because these same liberal ass clowns and all these other power-hungry autocrats in Washington, D.C. sent our jobs to China, to Mexico, to Taiwan. Yeah, America has industrialized the entire world, and yet we are the bad guys. All right, we are the bad guys. So, if we want true economy out here, we need to start buying American, and we need to start realizing that we need to completely shun the idea of having our jobs jeopardized by slave labor, and that's exactly what's happening in China. These Chinese people are manufacturing the world's goods based on an idea of communism. Now, let me explain this for you idiots, okay? What the Chinese government is doing, they're utilizing the idea of, the proletariat and Karl Marx, and you must work in the manufacturing plant for Karl Marx. You must do it for collectivism. Meanwhile, the Communist Party, which is now the elitist of Chinese society, the Communist Party is selling the goods to the international community and getting filthy freaking rich. Meanwhile, their country is literally working for 15 cents an hour. 15 cents an hour to make our little iPhones that we pay $500 a phone for, to make our nice little laptops and all these little electronic gadgets, for heaven's sake. I mean, give me a break. And you got these stupid, dumb idiots, these college graduate ass clowns who barely paid attention in their political science classes, sitting here saying, the Chinese are not Marxist. They're not. No. You stupid ass clowns, don't you understand they have indoctrinated their own people into believing this Karl Marx worshiping Maoist malarkey? And meanwhile, the Chinese government, the bureaucratic system of government in China, is getting filthy rich on the international community because they're able to exploit their people based on communist doctrine to do capitalist manufacturing. You people are dumbasses, man. It just goes to show you what exactly they're teaching out here in American schools. They're not teaching a damn thing. I tell you what they are teaching. They're teaching, these young boys at 12 years old how to play with their pecker shafts, and little girls how to play with pocket rockets and all this other crap. 503 area code, you're on the air.
Hi, Billy Mays here from Mighty Mended, the fast, easy way to mend.
Shut up, you stupid moron. Give me a break. This is American youth right here, folks. This is it right here. These people, their lives are being sold, and they don't care. Anybody who's under the age of 40, your lives are being sold away by your generations that are above you. You're being sold out, and you idiots don't care. I mean, don't you understand that the big American dream is not going to be around for you stupid young-ass little stupid snot-nosed, nose-ring-having idiots? Don't you understand that the older generations are exploiting your stupid asses? That you idiots are, not only do you not have any economic opportunity when you get out of college, and folks, I blogged about that on my blog if you're interested about it, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. But after you get out of college, you go into a service industry-oriented economy, and you're not getting paid any better than the guy who cleans enema bags for a living. And on top of coming into a service industry-oriented economy that pays low wages because of lack of economic opportunity and illegal immigrants, but you also have to pay taxes, you dumb idiots. Not only are you not accorded the economic opportunities that were accorded to their elders, no, you young people have to pay taxes so that these old farts can collect their Social Security checks and their Medicaid and their medication so they can go to Vegas and do all this crap. Meanwhile, you dumb, stupid young people are working your asses off, 2-3 jobs, the whole 9 yards. And you idiots you're paying for these people to live to be 105, 110 years old. Meanwhile, you are never going to see any Social Security. You're never going to see any Medicaid, Medicare. You want to know why? Because we don't have enough money to sustain it that long. You dumb, stupid, ignorant ass clowns. And you see, a lot of these young people, they want me to take more callers because they want to hear more prank calls and that sort of thing. They don't want to hear this realism. They don't want to hear that they're going to be serfs for the rest of their damn lives. They don't want to hear that they're not going to be able to consume in their electronic goods their entire lives. They're not going to live large. They're not going to be able to live like 50 Cent and all these other American Idol starlets that come out. They're not going to be able to do it. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, you young people, as you're being sold out by older generations, keep smoking the Magic Dragon, you dumb idiots. I mean, let me tell you, I'm an old man. I feel for you dumb young people. I think you've been hypnotized. I think you've been hoodwinked. I think you've been bamboozled. But you idiots don't care. You're just like, yeah, dude, Maui, wowie, man. Stupid idiots. Anyway, I want to go on, folks, and I want to talk a little bit about Obama accepting the Nobel Peace Prize, folks. Now, for all you folks that have been listening with me a long time, I did have a show about the Nobel Peace Prize when they initially named our great president as a recipient of this particular prize. And let me just go ahead and give you a little synopsis of what I said, because I think that the Nobel Peace Prize is a bunch of crap! And you can tell those liberals in Oslo I said it! You can tell them I said it! I spit on the Nobel Peace Prize! Puh! Puh! It's just like a damn liberal, you know that? Alfred Nobel. That's who this prize is named after. Alfred Nobel is the man who this international prize that is, such, I guess, a prestigious thing to have out here. Alfred Nobel made his fortune off of inventing dynamite. He invented dynamite, and we're giving peace prizes based on this idiot's name? I mean, it's complete hypocrisy, but it goes right into the liberal idea. But you know what our president did? Which is probably one of the first decent political moves that Barack Obama has done thus far. Because Barack Obama, up until this point, has been full-fledged liberalism. Oh, yeah, stimulus package 2 and all these initiatives that he's done thus far, he's tried to pussy pamper all these leftist organizations. And what Barack Obama's starting to realize is that they don't care, all right? These liberals don't care. You want to know why? Because they're bureaucrats. They're trying to kill each other to get to the next bureaucratical level. They don't care. And he's starting to realize that he's not getting any kind of cooperation from his boys in the House. He's not any cooperation with his Democrats in the Senate. So he's taking his own initiative to basically give all you damn liberals a bitch slap right to the damn mouth. He's basically taking his pimp hand and making sure that it's still strong on you stupid liberal dumb tree-hugging, let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya bastards. And what did Barack Hussein Obama say? Well, Mr. President, I got to give you props because he basically admitted in the speech that the Nobel Peace Prize was possibly given prematurely to him. Now, why was it prematurely given to Obama? Because, well, he basically, on this speech, on his acceptance of the Nobel Peace Prize, he basically validated the Bush Doctrine. That's right. All you liberals are probably sitting there, red-faced. You don't know what the hell to say. You're stumbling over your own tongue. You are an imbecile. He basically embraced the Bush Doctrine. And not only embraced it, he said he's going to continue to fulfill it. He's going to continue to fulfill it. And you see, you had this dumb, who cares what that dumb bimbo Sarah Palin said? But you have all these conservatives like Newt Gingrich and, all these other sacred cows out here in the conservative or so-called conservative wing or the right wing of the American political persuasion. They were all sitting there saying, oh, Obama, he's finally starting to come into his own. Oh, yeah, finally Obama's starting to think about America. And what happened there, folks? Hey, liberals, where are you at now, huh? Huh? Give peace a chance, right? Did change? Yes, we can, huh? Where are you at, liberals? I want to hear from you. Are you in a complete agreement with this? I mean, let me tell you, this validates the Bush doctrine. Your boy Obama, and Mr. President, I have to applaud you for giving these damn liberals a backhand back into reality. All right, I mean, I thank you, Mr. President, straight up. I mean, you just straight Ike Turnered these dumbass liberals that were out here saying, oh, we're going to retreat, we're all going to hold hands, and we're going to sing Kumbaya, and oh, it's going to be so great, and give peace a chance. Unbelievable. 414, you're on the air.
What's up, Ghost?
What's up? Are you a liberal?
Yeah, I am, but I'm not here to prank call you. I'd rather just be a man and talk about it.
No, I understand. I really do want to. I really do want to hear your perspective. What do you think about Obama validating the Bush doctrine?
I like it. I'm not a big Obama. Like, I'm not on his nuts all day like everyone else. I'm not that much of a liberal. I'd rather have him a plan about something at least than just talking nonstop. But that's not. I was calling about more of like that guy Sean talking before and about fisting in schools. I've been waiting for a while, so I was just like, I've never.
Okay, well, what do you want to say? Go ahead. Speak up a little bit for us.
All right, I've never heard about this fisting in schools and talk of outrageous like anal sex and shit like that. What's up with that?
What are you talking about? It's after 12. What are you, a liberal? What are you, political correct? What do you got, Pampers on? What the hell's your problem?
I moved to Bel Air and then my auntie got scared.
No, just shut your stupid mouth, you stupid little fruit bowl. All right? Oh, look at me. I'm so cool. I can recite the Fresh Prince of Bel Air song. Stupid fruit bowl. Shut up. I'm telling you, folks, this is the American youth, folks. This is your country right here. Why do you think I'm so upset? Why do you think I'm so upset, for Christ's sake? This is the American youth. But I want to hear a liberal right now. I want to hear a liberal that's going to justify your damn liberal regime out here. The president basically bitch-slapped you liberals back in the mouth and said, hey, look, we're not going to give peace a chance out here. We need to go out. We need to kick ass. We need to take names. What you got to say about that? I'm not to say that I'm embracing our president's philosophy here, but I'm just unearthing another contradiction within your damn liberal ideology and your damn propaganda. I just want to hear what the hell you dumbass has to say. Huh? I want to hear what you idiots have to say. Come on down, 216, you're on the air.
All right, well, listen up. I'm one of these liberals you want to talk to, and...
So what do you think about Obama embracing the Bush doctrine?
You know what, if you actually paid attention during the election, he did say he was going to put troops in there, and then he said his exit plan was in 2011, not 2009.
Now here it comes. Go ahead. What's the excuse again, sir? What was it again?
His exit plan, which was hypothetical by the chance, was planned for 2011. We're still in 2009, so you have no reason to be ragging on him. He said he was going to put more troops in there.
Are you Rahm Emanuel's intern? I mean, what kind of propaganda are you trying to shove down
I'm a
our
little
hole?
smarter than you. That's what's up.
What kind of propaganda are you shoving down our hole, son?
I'm not shoving any propaganda down your throat aside from I actually listened to Obama. You just had your head up your ass listening to McCain.
McCain? I why don't you look back in the archives? I was against McCain, you little fruit bowl. All right, I understood that the liberal regime has taken over not only the Democratic Party but the Republican Party. It's the same crap, different plate, you fruity ass. Why don't you go out and go stick a gerbil up your shit funnel, because that's probably the only gratification that you're ever going to get in your life, you stupid, dumb idiot. 646, you're on the air.
What is your major malfunction, numbnut?
Yeah, shut up, you stupid moron. Don't even have enough originality to sit here and talk to me on the phone. I don't blame you idiots for being a little scared to be confronted on being a blatant hypocrite, you dumb idiot liberals. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Because, I mean, you idiots, you sold your soul to this crap. You sold your soul to this crap, and now what can you say about it? What can you do, huh? What can you do? Stupid morons. 254, go ahead.
Hey, Ghost.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish.
The last Blog Talk Radio blog was the best blog of all time. All time.
And why do you think that?
Bill! Hey, man. No, go seriously, though. Seriously.
Hurry up or I'm going to broadcast your number on the air. Hurry up.
Hey, isn't that against the terms and conditions? Can you get banned for that?
I don't care. How about that? I don't give a rat's ass. How about that? I don't give two rat's asses. What about that?
Faggot, do it, faggot, do it, faggot, do it, faggot.
Yeah, okay. 254-716. What, you want to keep going on there, you little fruit bowl?
Do it, faggot, do it, faggot, do it, faggot.
Yeah, exactly, you stupid dumbass. 267, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost. I was actually going to call to prank call you, but I do have a serious question.
You better.
Yeah, I do. I'm like the American youth you're talking about, and like I don't know why you consider all of us to be like retarded. I mean,
because you are, man. You listen to yourselves. Listen to your segment here that are calling up and prank calling. You people are Nimrods. You are being sold out. You know that? I mean, I'm going to be okay. I mean, I'm going to die, and I'm going to die a great life. You idiots, you're going to be on the streets. You're not going to have any jobs, and you're going to be property of the Chinese, and you idiots don't even care.
What if I move to China?
Yeah. You see, you don't even know what you're talking about. Get the hell out of here, you stupid fruit bowl, and go whack off to a naked picture of, Richard Simmons' underwear with a G-string with hair on it, you fruity. Anyway, 832, you're on the air.
Hey, just saying, nobody's afraid of you. You're just an asshole.
Oh, am I an asshole? Is that what I am, 832, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
How come you don't have any bass in your voice? How come you have no bass in your voice?
Probably.
How come you have no bass in your voice?
Yeah, that's a good question. I actually don't know. I've been listening to your show for a while. Like, you're pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like your show.
You don't even know what you're saying. Just shut up, all right? Just sit there and shut up and go do whatever it is you do. Go be another subject to Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator or something. You fruit bowl. How about Jack Bodsworth? What about you? What's going on?
Am I connected?
Hey, you're on the air, but you're breaking in and out.
Sorry,
sorry. You're gonna have to get that fixed there, Jack. All right. Get off the free internet connection and get in with us in broadband. All right. Doesn't cost too much, buddy. All right. 240. You're on the air.
Hey, I have have you heard of Obama's Jeremy plan?
You sound like some fruit bowl already. You see, this is all I'm getting. I'm getting nothing but a bunch of little fruity-ass little young people. This is it. This is all we got. This is America's youth right here, you know? I don't even know why I bother. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to another subject matter, since none of you liberals want to fess up to the fact that y'all have been called out as not only being a contradiction, but a hypocrite. All right?
Yes, we can change. We're going to change the world. We're going to change the world.
Yeah, right. You know, all you dumbass liberals that were like,
oh, Bush is the evildoer. Bush is the evildoer, and Obama's going to change, and it's going to be peace on earth, and everything's going to be great.
I mean, your boy he just embraced the Bush doctrine. He validated it. And you idiots don't want to talk about it. I don't blame it. But you know, Mr. President, hey, thank you for backhanding these liberals. You know? Thank you for backhanding these damn liberals right in the damn kisser where they belong, because they deserve it. Anyway, I want to go ahead and move on to the next subject matter in the program, and that's the Black Caucus, the Congressional Black Caucus. It basically had a walkout the other day. That's right. The Black Caucus came together and they said, hey, man, we need to just walk out of Congress. You know what I'm talking about? We need to get out of here. So they made their asses, then they went out of Congress. Now, why? Why exactly did the Black Caucus leave the Congress? Now, was it because they wanted more initiatives for small entrepreneurial business in black communities? No, it wasn't anything like that. Did they want more African-American or black loans to go to small business and No, nothing like that. You know why the Black Caucus went out and actually walked out on Congress? Because, you see, folks, we have a lot of leftover money from the stimulus package. You know, the whole stimulus package 2 bill. We have a whole bunch of money. And a lot of it, you know, these liberals are all sinking their teeth into. They're trying to spend it to, you know, fluff up their own bureaucracy or to give to some sleazeball that donated to their campaign contribution, the whole 9 yards. The Black Caucus went out, and the reason that they walked out of the Congress was because they wanted $1 billion to go to fix up the projects. That's right. They walked out of Congress so that they can get $1 billion to fix up the projects, and $1 billion so that they can lend, impoverished Americans, HUD home and development, HUD housing. Excuse me, didn't mean to sound so damn tongue-tied there. But this is why the Black Caucus left Congress. They walked out in protest. And I think that the Black Caucus is ridiculous. You people are stupid. With all due respect, Black Caucus, I mean, you know, with all due respect, you're acting like these ass clowns that I see on Judge Toller's divorce court. You know, I mean, you're coming in here saying, man, I want more money for my project home, baby. I want more money for my project home. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, why don't you as a Black Caucus get together and say, hey, what we need to do is we need to walk out of Congress and make a statement that, Black African Americans need loans for businesses, loans for entrepreneurial development, loans for this, loans for that. But no, absolutely not. They went out and they decided we're going to go out and we're going to go out, we're going to go to Congress right here, you know what I'm saying? We're going to walk out. And we ain't coming back till they fix up the projects. You know what I'm saying? We ain't coming out till we fix up projects up in here. And that's what they did, folks, and I think it's a disgrace. I think it's a disgrace, man. I mean, what's the problem here? What's the problem? Why can't the Black Caucus get together and say, hey, we want our people out of strife. We want our people out of this type of idea that we're just going to continue to get repetitive entitlements generation after generation. You know, I mean, why? Because these people, the people in the Black Caucus and these so-called mouthpieces for the black community like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, these poverty pimps are out here exploiting the strife, in my opinion. All right? In my opinion, I mean, they have done absolutely nothing but made sure their faces get into the papers, make sure that their faces gets on TV so they can say, what happened here is bad, and I think it's bad, and I want you to put my face on it because I think it's bad, baby. I mean, give me a break. I mean, let's get real here, black people. I mean, I've already had this discussion with the black community before, and it's not all the black community, folks. I'm not trying to sound like a racist here. There are many black conservatives, great black conservatives, for heaven's sake. You know, it's just this new generation of black people that have been sucked in to liberal and feminist Hollywood. They've been sucked in through this hip-hop and rap lifestyle. Yeah, these idiots actually believe that rap and hip-hop is somehow correlated with black culture. And it's not. It is, if you want to be, all seriousness about it, it's the white and Jewish elitists that are in Hollywood manipulating the souls of the masses that are so star-fetished, all right? It is they're the ones who pump out this rap and hip-hop, all right? Yeah, they're the ones who put up these fake gangsters like 50 Cent, these fake gangsters, these studio gangsters that never seen the light of day in the ghetto, all right? I mean, they've never seen actual strife, but they exploit black strife, and they pay these, idiots millions of dollars so that you morons, with all due respect, that fall hook, line, and sinker with this hip-hop rap garbage, you people can believe that this is some kind of legitimate way to live. hip-hop and rap has turned a whole generation of males into a bunch of perverted degenerates, and it literally turned a whole generation of females into subliminal prostitutes. I mean, just listen to the music. I mean, the women are saying, hey, this poontang can be yours if the price is right. And then you got the Congressional Black Caucus. Instead of talking about real subject matters like hip-hop and its relations to, and its influence on the urban communities, no. The Black Caucus gets together and says, hey, baby, you know what we doing, man? We going to get out of Congress. We going to walk out of Congress, baby. We walking out of Congress, and we ain't coming back till they fix the projects, baby. You know what I'm saying? We ain't coming back till we fix the projects. And, of course, the liberals, they didn't want to look like a bunch of racists that they are, all right? The liberals didn't want to look like a bunch of racists that they are, that they decided to go ahead and allot $2 billion to, basically rebuild the projects and to give urban, poverty-stricken populations and a government loan for HUD housing. So, I don't know. I'd like to hear your opinion. I mean, do you think that this was some kind of a good political move for the Black Caucus? I think it makes the Black Caucus look like, the equivalent of Jesse Jackson, and Al Sharpton. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, that's just my view. I don't understand how this bolsters any kind of credibility for this caucus. I don't know. You tell me. 718, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. How are you? Hey, I'm from New York City, believe it or not, and I'm going to say I am a huge fan. My friends just sent me the link to your blog thingamajiggy.
I appreciate it, sir. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I was saying, hey, we should prank this guy. I said, hey, you're an idiot. Anyway, just wanted to say, am I allowed to say the name of a book on the air?
Go ahead. Name whatever.
The Big Black Lie by Kevin Jackson. He's one of the black conservatives you were talking about. He writes very in-depth about how poverty in this country is profitable, both economically and politically. So when you're talking about these black elitists like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, it's not in their best interest that the black community get out of poverty. It's not in their best interest. So, you know what I mean?
I know. You're absolutely right. I've been trying to convey this for the longest period of time, and yet, unfortunately, the propaganda machine that is the liberal regime has basically hook, line, and sinkered a majority of the black population into believing that they are the supposed party of the ethnic minority, when in actuality they have done nothing but put them more and more in strife by, giving them the crumbs of, a stimulus package check here or, more money into an entitlement there. Meanwhile, when this past stimulus package 2 was passed by our liberal regime in office, not only did all the idiots that are collecting entitlements get a pay raise by, 10, 20%, but it gave all these Wall Street bankers open rate on the American tax system. And these idiots don't understand it, and that's what these liberals bank on. They bank on ignorance. They just bank on, paying lip service and say, hey, see, this is what I did for you, so, why don't you vote for me? It's ridiculous.
Exactly. And it's sad, because that philosophy is thrown not only through politics. I mean, I go to school here in the city university system, and it's just predominant throughout. I mean, you can't get away from it. It's everywhere. It's rhetoric that's thrown everywhere, and it's disgusting. So thank you for bringing that to the surface a little bit. I hope some people listening, even if they disagree, maybe it'll start to open their minds a little bit.
Absolutely.
A little bit.
And we appreciate your call, 718. I mean, call in any time, and we appreciate you enlightening us on the book by that black conservative. We need more black conservatives out here that are basically putting it how it is, all right? Putting it on the table and saying, look, it's no longer, and I hate to keep reiterating that I'm a big fan of Malcolm X, because I am. And I know it's a big shock to the idea of me being, I don't know, according to some of these liberal ass clowns in the chat room, they claim I'm a racist, even though I have read the autobiography of Malcolm X as told to by Alex Haley at least about 4 or 5 different times. And you see that, if you read this man's autobiography, you'll start understanding true black strife when, the black community was actually under this type of distress. All right? And you see, the reason the black community doesn't like to talk too much about Malcolm X is because Malcolm X was a man who decided to rebel against the obvious oppression with black strife by reverse racism. He decided to become a black separatist. And he became a black separatist for a little bit, and he started realizing that, you know, it wasn't all of white people that wanted him dead. It wasn't all of, you know, whatever light skin, pale skin color that wanted to kill the black man, as all this rhetoric like Elijah Muhammad, you know, basically indoctrinated Malcolm X into believing. It wasn't any of this malarkey. So when Malcolm X decided he didn't want to become, he didn't want to continue to be, rather, he did not want to continue to be a black separatist, that he wanted to embrace a, you know, kind of a multicultural perception. Who killed him? I mean, who killed Malcolm X when he decided he didn't want to become a black separatist any longer? He didn't want to be a black separatist any longer. Oh, that's right. His own people killed him. I mean, that's not as good of a story as Martin Luther the King, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Martin Luther King is a great man. I'm not trying to degrade his approach to rebelling against the strife. I mean, both Malcolm and Martin Luther the King were both in the black strife rebellion, if you will. But white people killed Martin Luther King, and that's why Martin Luther King is put on a bigger pedestal than Malcolm X. You know, and not to say that there should be some sort of litmus test on who's the more supreme civil servant or who's the more the better political activist. I don't know. But let me tell you, I'm telling you right now that the reason the African American and black community do not acknowledge Malcolm X, because Malcolm X, not only did he get killed by his own people, but he was the only black person to actually say that the African community needs to look inward. Needs to look inward when it comes to exposing its own contradictions. It can't no longer look in and blame the white man. It can't blame society. It can't blame this. It can't blame that. It has to look inward to undo its contradictions, and that's why Malcolm X never smoked. Once he became, politically active, he didn't drink. He decided to unearth his contradictions and rectify them. And he was the only black leader to ever say that the black community needs to rectify its own contradictions. And you see, with all due respect, black community, a lot of individuals within your community don't like that. They don't like to be told that, hey, maybe you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, maybe I need to change a few things before I need to start crying foul again. But, no, they don't like that. You want to know why black folks don't like that? Because they're liberals, and liberals don't like that. When you basically tell a liberal how it is, and you make them look lower than a leprechaun's nutsack when it comes to political substance, all right, this is what they resort to. They resort to the same nonsense, all right? And that's all there is to it. I didn't mean to get on a racial tirade there, folks, but I think that there are black conservatives that are out there trying to push this point. But because, for whatever reason, they're not as, economically viable for the liberal media elitism, they're not highlighted. So I'm really glad that individual called up, the last caller, and told everybody about that black conservatives book. Because we need more of this type of thinking. We need more of this type of ideology, so to speak. Anyway, folks, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next subject matter. And the next subject matter is this ridiculous Secretary of Treasury, Tim Geithner, that we have. This Tim Geithner, I just do not like this guy one bit. This guy has the audacity to sit here and be our Secretary of Treasury, and the man couldn't even pay his taxes. He didn't even pay his taxes. And then, several months later, well, once he was, affirmed as the damn Secretary of Treasury, he had the audacity to sit in front of Congress and say, we're going to go after tax cheats and we're going to go after those that aren't paying the American tax system. And he said it while he was breaking out a smile on his face, this conniving little bastard. I mean, he actually had the audacity to crack a smile on his face while he was sitting here saying, oh, yeah, we're going to go after tax cheats and those that aren't, paying their taxes, when this man is a blatant contradiction. Anyway, Tim Geithner was in Congress recently defending the TARP money. And for all you folks that don't know what the TARP money is, it was the nice little bank bailout little situation that we had right before the presidential elections last year. Well, Tim Geithner actually wants to extend the TARP situation. He actually wants to extend the TARP funneling of American taxpayer money into the financial system. He wants to continue this crap. And he was on Congress today, or not today, but I believe it was today, or he's actually in front of Congress for several days. He actually got in front of Congress and said that this ridiculous idea of giving the American taxpayers money to the bank system was the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread, for heaven's sake. And he was saying he was patting himself on the back as if he was an economic genius for allowing this to happen, for continuing this TARP a bank bailout initiative, for heaven's sake. And I want to hear what you think. You think that banks deserve your tax-paying dollars? Seriously, what the hell do you think? 1111, you're on the air. Hello? You there? Yeah, here we go. I hear you.
How you doing, man?
Not too bad.
All right, I'm not one of your original listeners, but I wanted you to know that I am a young black conservative, and I do not agree with a lot of the things that are happening in this country right now.
All right, well, we appreciate it, sir. Let me tell you, it's not a racial thing. It's an American thing. What makes it racial is these liberals and their propaganda and saying if you're against a certain political philosophy, now that the president happens to be of black origin, or at least partially of black origin, all of a sudden we're racist. Or we're racist if we're against entitlements going to ethnic minorities. When in actuality, I believe, first of all, ethnic minority is a liberal term. I think it's disgusting, but, people want to continue to be called this. Go ahead.
Can I say something real quick?
Well, go ahead.
I want to say that all that ethnic minority shit is just built up so that the government can learn to control people, and they've done it in small steps over the years. If you look at it, it's been JFK, and it's been Clinton, and now it's Obama. They do it in small steps, and it's ended up with the health care, and they're going to control everything, and I do not agree with it. I think.
So you think? What do you think is the health care? The health care is the root of it all?
No, I do not. I think the root of it all is that the politicians vote themselves pay raises, they vote themselves back into power, and they don't want to give it up now. And I want to say, I'm never going to give you up. I'm never going to let you down. I'm never going to run around.
Shut up, you stupid idiot. 843, you're on the air.
Hey, Gus, how's it going?
How's it going?
Hey, my name's Rick. I just wanted to say, about how you're talking about rap music in modern day America and black people living in the projects. Their whole thing, or at least I think anyway, is that they think that we as white people and the government owe them something because our ancestors kept them as slaves,
I don't really think that's the case at all. I think that's a case being, rattled around through liberal circles to try to rouse the black community into some sort of, a liberal rebellion. And what I mean by liberal rebellion, I don't mean that by any kind of violent means. I'm talking about basically having the black community in the liberals' pocket for voter purposes. But I don't believe that it has anything to do with. It has anything to do with retribution for slavery.
Well, can I tell you a little experience of mine? I had this actually happen a few months ago.
All right, go ahead.
While I was having a cookout, a barbecue with my family, I live down south. We always have barbecues all the time. And one of my family members brought a watermelon. And I was just about to cut the watermelon when
I know where this is going. Shut up, all right? All right, you're a racist bastard, all right? I don't want to hear any racist little stupid innuendos, huh? I mean, give me a break. You know, this is our youth, folks. This is it right here. This is our youth. Unbelievable. 954, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost. With all this crap going on, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about one of the plans that Obama has going on with fighting in Afghanistan. Did you hear that he's one of the secret military training programs, I guess they have, is they're training amphibians to go to war, and they're actually teaching them how to fight and stuff.
Oh, you're talking about dolphins and stuff?
Yeah, dolphins, toads. I think the program is called Battletoads. And
well, I don't know if that's the program, but you know, to be honest with you, we've been using dolphins, we've been using underwater creatures for warfare for many years. It's just nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, but I've called up. I'm friends in the military, and I called them up. I'm like, listen, do you have Battletoads? And nobody really knows.
Oh, shut up, you stupid moron. All right, I mean, you idiots actually think that, you know, you're winning brownie points with whatever chat room you're jerking off to while doing this crap. Now, give me a break, you know. I mean, I thought this idiot was really serious, but, you know, for all you folks that don't realize, yeah, we're using dolphins, believe it or not, for warfare capabilities. I mean, you know, dolphins are very smart animals. They're smart. People are stupid, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But this is America, folks, isn't it? And speaking of America, American jihadists in Pakistan, folks. That's right. We've got people that have been, you know, living the American dream. And this is let me get the report out so we can get exactly what's going on. This is a report out of the Boston Globe. Men ranging from 19 to 25, folks, found in Pakistan wanting to fight the jihad. They wanted to fight the jihad. They wanted to fight a jihad out there in Pakistan, and, you know, they caught these morons, and, you know, it's just, and you know what, and what's the worst part about it is that these damn imbeciles in the Islamic jihadist movement didn't even want to have nothing to do with these idiots. They didn't even want to have nothing to do with them because they didn't have the right experience. I'm not joking, folks. I'm telling you, you can't even get a jihadist Islamic fanatic job without having the right credentials and the right references, for heaven's sake, and that's how they got caught. That's exactly how they got caught, for heaven's sake, because they were out here, you know, scoping around how they were going to fight the jihad. And they got caught by Pakistani secret intelligence, and, you know, now they're being held right now. 5 American citizens, for heaven's sake. All right, this is America right here, right? This is America. I mean, this is it. 646-652-4869. We got a little less than 38 minutes here left in the program, folks. And if you haven't already done so, please comment on the blog, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Once again, that's ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. And once again, folks, if you want to know when I'm going to conduct these live broadcasts on a sporadic basis, please follow me on Twitter. And the Twitter account is Ghost Politics. All one word, no underscores, folks. Ghost Politics. It's the easiest way to figure out when I'm going to conduct one of these live broadcasts here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. And, of course, folks, the official blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That is the official radio spot. That is the official place to get the live broadcast, folks. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. So now that we've gotten that all the way, folks, I just, you know, my head hurts right now, folks. I think my blood, it's like a blood pressure headache is what I have. And the reason I have such a blood pressure headache is because these stupid buffoons that are calling up. And obviously, I've said this time and time again, because of the lack of bass in their voice, you know that they're, you know, a bunch of stupid little youth bastards that probably don't even have peach fuzz on their nads, and yet they're trying to, you know, show that they got a 15.5-inch Johnson to some cyber poontang they're probably talking to in some private chat room or in some instant message somewhere. And you see, folks, what really irks me is that these people are so naive and stupid and ignorant that they don't even know that they're being sold out right from under them. I mean, they're being told to go to college and put themselves into $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in debt before they even get into the employment market. And then when they finally get there, there's no wages whatsoever. The wages have been completely deflated, and there's no jobs because all the jobs have been outsourced to China, Taiwan, and South America and Mexico. And the only jobs that are left here in America are nothing more than service industry jobs, for heaven's sake. And once, I mean, let's say that one of these ass clowns came out of college, they actually get a decent job. Do they do the fiscal responsible thing and actually pay off their student loans? Absolutely not. They go out and get the big house, the big car, the big dog, the big appliances. You know, I actually talked to one stupid college kid that actually financed $1,000 worth of pots and pans. yeah. $1,000 of pots and pans? I mean, why would someone do that? You're a student! You're a student, for heaven's sake! But this is how fiscally irresponsible we have become, folks. And because most Americans are so materialistic and gluttonous, and they can't live without materialism, folks. They can't live without it. So they'll call themselves poor, even though they've got an iPhone and they got a cell phone, and they got themselves a little hoopty car. They'll call themselves poor, even though they're fat in the ass, and they got celluloid dripping off their ears, dripping off their crack. I mean, it's disgusting. But they're going to call themselves poor. And you see, folks, the American people, they've just become so ungrateful that maybe we do deserve what we're about to get, folks. I mean, maybe we do, because to be completely honest with you, folks, and this, for all the true conservatives out there and all the individual thinkers, all the individuals that understand that this political perspective that we live in is nothing more than a, ridiculous sideshow, a game, and you're starting to realize that life is taking a real serious turn for the worse out here. For you individuals that are out here understanding that you need to go through go through life under rational thought, I want to exclude you from this rant, folks. I'm excluding all true conservatives and all real American and all working people from this rant. But, I mean, to be completely honest with you, folks, I mean, I consider myself a little bit above most of the people in America, all right? And you can call me conceited. You can call me some cocky bastard. I don't really give a crap. I don't care. Like I said, folks, I don't ever do this show for ratings. What I'm trying to do is hopefully spark some synapses in you mindless numbskulls' brains in hopes of getting you off your fat jelly asses, getting up off the couch, and going out there and participating in this political system. That's what I've been trying to do for 3 years. And it seems to me that all of my cries and all of my rants and all of my screams have fallen on deaf ears. Most of you Nimrods have no idea what's in store for your lives. Most of you idiots have no idea about what's in store for your future. You idiots are abiding by whatever some idiot on the boob tube tells you to do. You idiots are abiding by what some idiot bureaucrat in public education is telling you what to do. But you have free will, young people. You have free will. And if you're going to continue to, oblige yourself to pot smoking, going out thinking you're cool, doing prank calls, with shows like this, if you're going to continue to go out and cause all this havoc, I don't want you idiots to cry when y'all are old people and you have nothing to your name. You have nothing. You're not going to have a retirement fund, you idiots. Most of you young people are living paycheck to paycheck, and it's never going to stop. You want to know why it's never going to stop? Because there's no economic opportunity out here for you idiots. And you morons don't understand it, you don't care, and you deserve. I'm starting to believe, I feel sorry for you, but my sympathy is starting to wear thin, given the fact that we've got so many young people calling up and acting like complete jag-offs. But my sympathy is wearing very thin. And I think it's absolutely disgusting that you young people have complete disregard for your future. You don't care at all. You're being sold out by your parents, by the baby boomer generation, by a bunch of older people that are manipulating this bureaucratic system just so that they can get the crumbs of what everyone else is getting behind our backs. And you idiots don't care. You're being sold. Do you understand it? You are being sold right from underneath your noses, and you idiots don't even understand it. You young people are just completely oblivious to it. I mean, and this is what makes me sick to my stomach. And this is why I know for a fact, that America doesn't have too much longer to go, folks. And I'm not being a pessimist. I'm not being a defeatist like most of you dumbass clowns try to tell me. But look at this crap. Look at America. I challenge you to go out and go Christmas shopping and take a look at the sour scowls on these despicable faces of American people. These people want to blame somebody that doesn't look like they're having the same problems they're having. They want to look at these people in disgust, in despair, with jealousy and envy. When, with all due respect, folks, if you're having problems in this America, if you're having real problems to the point where it's affecting how you view people, you should start looking at no one else but yourself. Do you understand that? If you have children you can't afford, that's your problem, you stupid-ass clown. Maybe you should have put a condom on it, huh? Maybe you should have taken some birth control or a sponge and all this other crap that you feminists were out here shoving down our throats in the 70s and 60s. Why aren't you using it? Why aren't you using it? Oh, that's right. Y'all are lazy American ass clowns that are too lazy to put a damn prophylactic on to prohibit such unwanted pregnancies that you can't afford, right? Oh, am I supposed to feel sorry? You see, that's what gets me. That's what gets me with you American people. You American people want excuses for everything. Oh, I'm poor because of predatory lending. Oh, I don't have those predatory lenders. Oh, I mean, you know, it makes me sick whenever I hear these stories about, predatory lending. I mean, how can you get mad at somebody for lending you money? They lent you the money. You wouldn't have been able to get that brush with whatever lifestyle you got acquainted with. You would have never have even experienced that had they not lent you the money, you stupid-ass clown. But it was your fiscal irresponsibility that screwed up your little extravagant lifestyle that you brushed yourself up with for a few years. But you see what really pisses me off, and it should piss off every American working person out here, is because all these people screwed up, I have to suffer, you know, and the American working man and the American working woman have to suffer because all these losers screwed up, and I really don't want to take care of these losers. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't want to take care of these losers, all right? I care more about somebody who's out there going and working their ass off. And let me tell you, I know everybody's suffering during this recession, folks. Don't get me wrong. I know everybody is suffering. But, hey, you know what? Everything's still all right, okay, folks? You can go out, you know, shine shoes, go to another city, try to go where the economic prosperity is at and go out there and start over again and be a little fiscally responsible this time. But you see, you Americans, you don't want to do that because you're lazy, unappreciative bastards. You don't want to go out there and take the initiative and work your ass off, even if you have to get your nails dirty, even if you have to ruin your stupid dumbass integrity and do some, unlikely work that you never thought that you were ever going to do. Go out and do it, and go out and support yourself, support your family. Go out there and see if you can save some odd dollars. And if you can't save money because your family's too big or your debts are too high, well, don't blame anybody but your damn self. God damn it! I can't believe that my life has to be affected because these losers out here couldn't be fiscally responsible. That's what really pisses me off about this whole leftist idealism, is the fact that because a whole bunch of losers in America screwed up their lives, I have to be affected by this, all right? I mean, I have to be affected by this crap. It makes me sick, all right? It makes me sick.
Oh, we got to help the poor in America.
I mean, there's people in Africa starving to death with skin and bones, for heaven's sake. They can't even get a bowl of rice. And all the people in poverty in America, go to an impoverished part of America, folks. Go into an impoverished part of America, and you're going to see these fat jelly asses, all right, walking around. They're waddling their fat asses up and down the street saying, I'm poor, I'm poor, I'm poor. Yeah, let me tell you something. It makes me sick to my stomach, man. All right, it makes me utterly sick to my damn stomach to see all these people trying to exploit so-called poor in America. Now, don't get me wrong. Those of us working people are taking a hit out here. We're taking a hit because there's not that many jobs in America. There's not that many jobs at all in America, folks. The jobs have been shipped out. They've been shipped out to China, Taiwan, South America, and Mexico, folks. And the only people that, or the only thing that's hiring out here is what? The government. And if it isn't government, I guess you can become a manager of an Applebee's or something. Huh? That's what you're doing. Yeah, you can become a manager of an Applebee's, or you can become a hairstylist, or oh yeah, that's right. They're trying to sell you the medical. They're trying to sell you the medical field now. Now that everybody's taking a hit on the job, you're seeing these fly-by-night technical schools saying, "Hey, I'm a nurse's assistant, and look at me. I did all this in 2 months, and now I have the greatest job ever." And all these damn technical schools do, when it comes to supposedly making these people into nurses' assistants, they basically teach them how to be $8 an hour bedpan changers. I mean, with all due respect, I mean, they you know what these damn technical colleges are doing right now? They are taking everyone's financial aid eligibility, and they're putting it in their bank accounts, and they're giving them some second-rate education, for heaven's sake. I'm completely against this technical college crap. And I'm not going to name any names because I'm sure they'd sue my ass if I did. But you know who I'm talking about, folks. Oh, look at me. I went to school for 2 months, and now I clean bedpans for a living. And I'm living the American dream. I mean, this is it, folks. But, you know, now you've got Congress, our government, trying to take it over. The government's trying to take over health care, so what kind of damn opportunity is going to be there? What type of opportunity is going to be there? It's not, this is not the America I was raised in. This is not the America. This is not the America that I was brought up in, and this is not the America that I knew. What are you people doing? Take your damn head out of your ass. Take your damn head out of your ass and start realizing that you need to get your fat asses off the sidelines and get on the front lines. And I'm calling on you. I'm calling on you as a true American patriot. I'm calling on you as an American conservative. Go out there and get politically active. We need you. We need you, you piece of crap! You piece of crap! I got this crap everywhere. Look at all this crap. And the reason I break stuff, and the reason I get so passionate, and the reason I get so angry is because of your complacency! It's because of you! You're not doing nothing about it! And because you're not doing nothing about it, our country's going down the tubes! Our country's going down the Titanic! And you people don't care! I can't do it! I can't! I can't do it! I can't do this, crap! Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, my chest hurts. Calm down. Hold on. My chest hurts. Oh man, my chest. I can't take this anymore. I just can't take it. Oh, my head hurts. Oh, my head. Got a damn blood pressure problem going on here. Oh, my head and my heart. Oh, crap. Oh, my chest hurts. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I just can't take this anymore, man. I'm just getting too old for this crap. My head hurts. My chest hurts. And it's because I'm just getting so damn angry. It's just because... I'm just getting so damn angry here. Oh, hold on, folks. I got to take a drink of water. Oh. I don't even know if I want to do this show anymore, folks. I'm not feeling too good. Oh, man. I'm sorry, folks. I just can't believe that this is America here, that this is our country, you know. Let me just lay down here for a second. I just can't believe that this is my country, damn it. You know, this is why I get so angry and get so passionate out here. And I know for a fact that I'm putting myself into a grave that much sooner by getting into all these outbursts and breaking things on the air, folks. But I just can't take it anymore, folks. I just can't take it. Oh, God. Oh, man. I just can't take it, folks. What have we become, man? I mean, really, what in the blue hell have we become, man? I mean, we had a great country, you know. We had a great country going on. Oh, my head. Oh, God. Oh. I'm sorry, folks. I'm having a problem here with my head. My head is just pounding, you know. I can just feel it, like my heart's pounding, and I can feel it in my head, and it really, really hurts. Ah. Ow. Oh, man. Oh. 646-652-4869. I'm going to take a couple of callers here. 000, you're on the air. Hello? They didn't say anything. How about 248?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm not too well. My head's throbbing, man.
Is your heart beating all right?
I don't know. I think I'm all right. I think I'm Shut up, you stupid moron. Oh, damn it. 817, you're on the air.
Are you okay?
No, I'm all right.
All right, wow.
Just let rain, some stay dry.
I mean, do you see what I'm saying here, folks? I mean, I'm just jaded, man. I'm jaded. I'm putting myself into a damn grave here. I'm putting myself into a damn grave, and, you know, you people don't give two rat's asses, you know. Let me tell you something, folks. I think I'm had it. I'm done with this crap. I think I'm done with this show. I think I'm done with all this garbage. Because what the hell am I doing really? What really am I doing here? You know, you got a bunch of ungrateful pricks in America. Oh. You got all these ungrateful pricks in America that just don't care about themselves. They just don't care. So for all the patriots out there, I'm sorry, man. I mean, I think we're outnumbered by buffooneries in this country, man. I mean, listen to this, folks. I've been here for 3 years, and I've been telling people the things that were going to happen before they happen. I prognosticated all this crap. And is anybody listening? Does anybody care? I mean, you don't care about anybody else. You don't even care about yourselves. I mean, that's how stupid you people are. You people are really stupid, all of you. This country's being withered away right before your very eyes. This is the greatest country on the face of the planet, and you people don't care. I've tried many nights when I'm getting ready to go to sleep to try to boggle that in my mind. You know, I've been trying to figure out that mentality that would just allow this malarkey that's happening just to go unchecked. But it's starting to make a lot of sense to me, folks, that why we're in the situation we're in. It makes a lot of sense why our government is not only taking over everything from our health care to the car industry, but you've got a people, a whole American people that want. I mean, they want it. So why should I even give a rat's ass? You know? I mean, I'm taking time away from my family. I'm taking time away from what I do for a living. I'm taking time and energy away from things that I do. But what the hell for? I just don't understand, folks. I'm going to take one more call, and I think I'm going to get the hell out of here. 904, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost.
How's it going?
Hey, I just want to let you know I do appreciate what you're doing and what you're saying. I'm a conservative, and, we need a voice out there, and don't feel like you're not appreciated at all.
Well, I really appreciate that, sir. I tell you, I get really jaded sometimes. It's probably one of my low moments here on the True Conservative Radio program.
Yeah, just don't run yourself into an early grave, you know?
Yeah, I hear you, sir. I really appreciate your call. You have a blog or something you want to plug here?
I wanted to ask you actually about some of your prognostications. I just started listening maybe a couple of days ago, and I was just wondering if I could, maybe just if you could give me like an example of a couple.
Well, luckily every one of these shows are time dated and stamped. While everybody was circle jerking over the presidential campaign last year, or 3 years ago, well, it was going to be 3 years ago, I was out here telling these people that an impending economic danger was looming. And you can look back in those archives at January 2008, February 2008, and they were out here telling me that I was nuts. And they were telling me that the American economy is going to be here forever because of our military might and because we are the greatest innovators and we're the freest people.
Okay.
And I was the one telling people that, no, that's not happening. I mean, you had New York high-end retail stores at one point only exclusively accepting euro dollars.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. During February of 08, I mean, the dollar took a big tank out here, and nobody was really paying attention to it. It wasn't until it hit their bank account and it literally jeopardized the integrity of their life savings is when people started realizing that, hey, we have a true economic problem, and it's really not gone away thus far. We have a bunch of Keynesian economic nut jobs that are trying to socialize our economic system while at the same time devaluing the whole idea of the American dollar to implement something that'll probably take the place of it.
What's Keynesian mean?
Well, Keynes was some economics moron that believed in basically the collectivization of America, or not of America, but of a society. as the self-sustaining mode of production for longevity and human progress, which I completely agree. I'm more of the Adam Smith individualistic philosophy, which we believe that, individualism actually progresses society a lot more in its innovation and in its progress and in its facilitation for economic and sustainable industrious growth.
Right. I also wanted to ask you a question about Ron Paul. You said that Ron Paul was spouting off like some isolationist nonsense, and I actually voted for the guy, and I was just wondering if you could elaborate on some of his policies you didn't agree with.
Well, you certainly will, and I want to thank you for your call, by the way, but one of the things that I didn't appreciate about Ron Paul is that he was trying to be a conservative liberal. He tried to say that, oh, you know what, I'm all about free markets. I'm all about, instilling integrity back into the currency of America. We need to go back to the gold standard and all this other stuff. But then he started talking about taking all Americans, all of America's military assets all across the international community and bringing them back. And bringing them back out here to the United States and becoming legitimately an isolationist, So that's what I completely disagreed with. I think that, America's national security depends on the military assets that are spread abroad. But I don't agree with going back to the damn gold standard, which, we all know that, I don't want to have a discussion about that economic policy, but you can go back in the archives when we talk about the Federal Reserve and we talk about these types of subjects when talking about gold as an economic standard. We all know about Spain's barrage with gold. When the Spaniards took over the New World out here and conquered Montezuma and the Aztecs had numerous amounts of gold. They had so much gold that they flooded the market of Europe with gold. The Spaniards actually believed that because they had all this gold they ganked from the Aztecs in the New World, they thought that was going to sustain them as the ultimate superpower forever, and it didn't. You know who became the superpower in the international community during those times? The people that took control of the natural resources. All right? That's all there is to it. Natural resources, the exchange of goods and services, that's what economics is about. Supply and demand. Read Adam Smith, folks. Anyway, folks, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to have a show. I don't know when I'm going to have a show, let alone if I'm going to have another one again. Because I'm pretty jaded out here. I think that, most of these dumb, stupid, young ass clowns that are out here doing these dumbass little prank calls, they're just out here getting their rocks off. And why am I screaming my head off for these stupid little ungrateful, snot-nosed pricks? All right, maybe they do deserve serfdom. Maybe they do deserve this. Because, look, I'm an old man, all right? These idiots are going to be paying for my Social Security in a few years, all right? If that's what y'all want to do, well, then go ahead and do it. Go ahead and pay for my Social Security while you don't even have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, while you young people go into a job market that's service industry oriented and is bombarded with low-paying wages and immigrants that are causing the wages to go lower, all right? I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine while you idiots are paying for my Social Security, and by the time you get old, you're never going to have it. You're never going to have one bit of it, ever in your life. So keep paying, young people. We appreciate it, huh? Yeah, keep paying that socialist Social Security system so that we can, so everybody who's over the age of 45 can continue to have Social Security while you, basically are going to be left there with your damn pecker shaft in your hand. I tell you. Oh, my head hurts. Anyway, folks, I just wanted to say, to all the true conservatives out there who are really trying to fight for this country, who are out there getting their blogs, they're going to the chat rooms, they got their own avenues to voice their opinions. Keep fighting, all right? Keep fighting, because I know it's a tough battle, folks. I'm out here in the front lines, and you're witnessing how grave of a battle it is, for heaven's sake. Oh, man, my head. But you see, folks, I don't understand why I continue to do this. So I don't know if I'm going to have another show. I don't know why I should have another show. But please email me if you have any comments about it. Ghostpolitics@yahoo.com is the email. Ghostpolitics, all one word, no underscores. Ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. But I don't know, folks. I mean, I damn near feel like I'm having a damn stroke or a coronary. I don't feel all that great right now. And I'm thinking to myself, I could die right now, and none of these ungrateful pricks would give two rats' asses. So why should I even continue to fight for these ungrateful American pricks when all they want to do is watch, Adam Lambert whip a couple of males in gay bondage on the American Music Awards? When all they want to do is look at the latest rodent on Paris Hilton's rotten crotch. I mean, this is what these idiots want to do! You stupid, ungrateful, American gluttonous youth! You're a disgrace! You're a disgrace to everybody who fought for this country! All of you American people right now, you people are a disgrace to the memories of the patriots that died in World War II! You people are a disgrace to the patriots that died in the Korean and Vietnam Wars! You people are a disgrace! You should be ashamed of yourselves, but you are below that at this point. You have no shame! You are below shame, and it's a disgrace! It's disgusting! America was never meant to be this way, and I can't believe I'm living in this America! God damn! You piece of crap! Do you even care about your country? Do you even care about your country? Answer me, you ungrateful piece of crap! Do you even care about this country? Do you even care? Do you even care? Oh! 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 Do you care? Oh! Do you even care? Oh! Oh! What happened to America? What happened to America? Oh. No! What happened to this country? What happened? What Stupid American people! I can't believe my eyes! It hurts to wake up every morning! It hurts to wake up every morning! Why, for Christ's sake, man? Why, man? Why? 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 I can't do this anymore, folks.
A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.